Vegas lights shine bright, bad boys sitting pretty. Michael, Steve, Rob running things in Sin City. Podcast blazing truth, rhyming hard and witty. Three kings on the mic, Vegas life gets gritty. Matt Michaels dropping bombs, quick wit, no filter. Sin City's own, blending gold with the silver. Steve taking notes, every word's a thriller. Rob's on the tracks, beats cold like a chiller. Badboyz a podcast, raw truth they broadcast. Speaking facts so fast, haters coming dead last. Las Vegas legends, three amigos top class. Mic in hand, setting fire, never outclassed.
Hey everybody, Matt Michaels here with Rob Bossoleri, Sin City Steve, the Vegas Badboyz of podcasting. And gentlemen, we're getting right into this past week because there's a lot of shit that went on, including Triple Mania 33, which happened this past
Excuse me, is 33. You got to say it in Mexican.
That's 3x.
Mexican.
It's not 20. It's not 23, man.
I said 33.
Yeah, 20 trace. I don't get it. But what we did get is amazing images of Omos. And what the hell is he? Micro
Man.
That's it.
He beat up Microman at the Copa Bronal.
That's right. That's such a crazy image, though. Genuinely.
Yeah. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. And that luchador mask is just adorable.
Oh,
jeez.
It's so cute. He's a little luchador.
He'll chop the shit out of you.
Okay. Almost won that. What is it? The
trophy's taller than Microman is.
Yeah.
And this was the coolest fucking ring gear entrance. That was fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Cool shit. But the big thing is that it's streamed live on WWE and AAA's YouTube channels, both in Spanish and English, and amassed more than 4.3 million views in the first 24 hours. The event peaked with a live audience of 614,000. Additionally, the annual event drew 19,691 fans to the arena in Mexico City. It's an all-time AAA gate record and merchandise sales record. Also, the most attended Mexican Lucha Libre event this year. WWE and AAA also pulled in 208 million views across their social media platforms, tied to this year's Triple Mania. That makes no sense since this was this year's Triple Mania. And one other cool thing, using the English table for a spot in Mexico is a great kid.
Also, how good is Ludwig Kaiser with the Spanish? Jesus.
He's awesome, dude. The crowd loves that guy.
They came in singing, yeah. That was brilliant. And they got behind it.
Who are you talking about?
El Grande Kaiser.
I don't know what you're speaking. I think that you're gibberish. Grande Americano, on the other hand, is over, and so is Dom. Those two guys are stars in Mexico, and they both should be the champion at the same time.
Well, one of them will be able to be champion in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. They should interchange it. So Triple H also pulled the curtain back on WWE's Diva Roll in Mexico and revealed that The Undertaker was more involved than anyone realized. You know, in this sort of looking at the landscape of wrestling world overall, there was a thought of places we could amplify sort of what they do. One of the first and foremost markets that we thought of was Mexico. How can we help grow what they do? How can we help add to it? If you had told me even 20 years ago that one of the big sort of driving forces behind AAA in Mexico would be The Undertaker, it would have been hard for me to sort of wrap my head around that, which is pretty interesting to think that The Undertaker sees it. You know, that's pretty amazing. Thoughts on the event, and guess what's coming to Las Vegas in September? World of
Collide.
Yeah.
September the 12th on a Friday night. So a very, very atypical night for WWE special events, shall we say.
How dare they, by the way? How dare they run against SmackDown? Nobody is calling that shit out. And I think that it's time that they should, they're trying to put SmackDown out of business, and it pisses me off. Fuck AAA for doing it.
I see what you did there. I'm sure we're going to discuss that later.
And
it'll be fun. That'll be a fun discussion.
I'll let you guys have at that.
But I will mention one thing that realistically just provides a perfect juxtaposition for the two major companies in the United States. Demonito. We didn't have any mention of him, but arguably the next most over thing outside of Omos and Dom and El Grande Americano was in fact Finn Balor's puppet Demonito. Yes, a mini demon. And of course he mixed it up with Lieska from Mr. Iguana.
He ate Lieska.
There you go.
He ate Lieska.
Hey man, that's the type of shit that demons do, bro. But the thing that stands out to me is this. Okay, so AEW ran a puppet storyline involving Harley Cameron and Mercedes Moné.
Mm-hmm.
Some people shit on it. Some people thought it was great. Whatever
cute.
your opinion is, it's completely up to you. The fact is, they did not capitalize on that puppet.
Agreed.
They had the one that was used in all of the TV segments that belonged to Harley, and that was it.
Yep.
Flip that over to AEW, TKO, AAA. I did say AEW. Sorry, WWE, TKO, AAA. They have the fucking Demonito puppets for sale on the WWE shop website. Granted, they're $100, but you can get your own fucking puppet if you really want one.
Yeah.
Can you buy the Alexa Bliss doll?
Yes. And you can't.
Yes.
For both types. So the original one was for sale, and then they had the new version of it when she came back.
Right.
So I mean, it's a marketing machine. You could still get Nikki Ash's fucking mask, the superhero shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
That's like
the difference
7 years ago.
in merch mentality. It's crazy.
Well, here's the thing. They've given Harley Cameron a lot of great gimmicks in a window of time. And they're all
AEW
good.
just hasn't capitalized on shit.
No, they don't. To them, it doesn't go beyond t-shirts. Yeah. They still have a really base mentality of t-shirts, maybe belts. I haven't seen anything beyond that.
The difference is they have the fucking, it's pro wrestling tees.
Yeah. And every shirt is print to order. So they don't have a warehouse of pre-printed shirts.
And think of how much more money, let's say, that Punk is making now, where you can just hit click and your t-shirt's bought, and you're not waiting fucking 3 weeks to get the goddamn shirt printed. So, I mean, this is what WWE is too. Let's not forget, this is what they are, and they have been since the mid '80s when they started, diving into marketing. And WCW did a very good job of keeping up with the marketing, but for whatever reason, TNA did a great job of their fucking merch for a number of years. But for whatever reason, it's just Pro Wrestling Tees just kind of drives whatever AEW is selling. So, hey, you can get a mystery micro guy of a painted face this month of, what.
Oh, they did have toys. They did have a toy line.
Yeah, they've got the micro brawlers. But
yeah.
They also had some decent looking figures, but WWE has had momentum. They have experience. They have failed more times and have succeeded as a result. What I don't understand is, for all of that, you think that AEW would be able to learn from this and go, okay, this is where they failed. This is where they succeeded. We have a football team behind us. We know how to get merchandise. We know how to get vendors. My father's a billionaire. This should be simpler than what it's sounding.
No.
On paper.
No. Unfortunately.
Should be.
Unfortunately.
Should
well, and the show, it's again, AAA's, it's their big show. It was a solid.
It's their
fucking
WrestleMania.
show. Yeah. Solid fucking show. So, people can complain all you want about, WWE is just taking over shit and they're going to change shit and stuff. Those numbers being reflective of what they are, over 4 million people have seen the thing within 24 hours.
Right.
So,
well, what shut me up? That was my mindset going in. Absolutely. That was my mindset. Completely watching this going, oh my God, the owners of the AAA look pissed when they did the opening, Mexican national anthem. They looked annoyed standing there next to Triple H and Nick Khan. This looks really awkward. And then the WWE talent rolled out. Otis came out. Dominic came out. El Grande Americano came out. And the pop for all of them was huge. Now, the most cynical version of me could go, well, maybe they phoned in the cheers. But no, you could see the crowd they were legitimately happy to see it. And everyone melded well. There was chemistry in the ring between the two factions, if you want to call it that. So
would you even say it was maybe a Dave Meltzer? Hey, speaking of Meltzer, hey, Takeshita won the G1.
Takeshita.
Takeshita. I'm sorry, my eyes. It's the age. But this is insane. Japanese New Japan wrestling fans are furious over his win at the G1 Climax, because many view this as New Japan giving their prestigious Climax win to an outsider, quote unquote, with some saying New Japan is bowing down to AEW instead of standing their own. What? What is this?
It's pretty astounding that this is the reaction that the Japanese fans, who realistically up until and all throughout the tournament, they were cheering for Takeshita. Obviously, it was kind of it was brought up numerous times during the tournament that Takeshita was an outsider. Realistically, this is only the second time in the history of the G1 Climax tournament where a non-contracted wrestler has won the tournament. The only other time being when Satoshi Kojima won it in 2010. And even then, he got extreme backlash, just like this, from Japanese fans. So realistically, this is part and parcel. If anybody outside of the New Japan roster wins the G1, realistically, this is probably how it's going to be received. That's just how it's going to be.
And that's understandable to a degree, except the guy was part of that promotion. Yes. So why are we?
No.
Takeshita was never.
Takeshita got his start in Japanese wrestling in the DDT promotion. So he started off in DDT and then came over to America. And after he had started with AEW, that's when New Japan took notice of him. And he does have a contract to work New Japan, but it's very similar to what has been done for many other wrestlers within AEW going to other promotions, in terms of, they can use his likeness, his name, all that kind of stuff. And
so then I would imagine that's a fair criticism, that they don't want somebody who's not part of the promotion, hasn't been at all, winning.
I totally get it. Fair. I totally get it. But it unfortunately diminishes what Takeshita did in that tournament. The G1, as we all know, realistically is the best round robin tournament in professional wrestling. And yes, that's somewhat bearing the AEW Continental Classic. but the G1 Climax is the end all be all for round robin tournaments in pro wrestling. And Takeshita winning it is great for him, great for AEW, not so great for New Japan, unfortunately.
Yeah, but at the same time, here's the problem, and I guess this is what it comes down to. And I could see it as this opposite kind of what you said. You said it's great for AEW, but realistically, the AEW fans already know what that is.
Yep.
So you're not garnering any new eyes based on him winning. You might even be taking some of the Japanese viewers who might not want to watch AEW now. So maybe it bites you in the ass just a bit, not a lot, but it's just interesting. And it dives, you want to say, well, WWE has these relationships or took over this company, blah, blah. It dives deeper into, well, they've had a relationship with New Japan now. Now, are they dictating it, or was this something that the bookers decided that they specifically wanted to bring him in to win the tournament, or did Tony have any pull in that? And that's a great question.
So one thing that has to be said is the legit president of New Japan Pro Wrestling is Hiroshi Tanahashi. He is the legit president of that promotion. So he does have pull in the direction that company is taking.
Yeah, sure.
So that should tell you a fair amount in itself. And fuck it, I think this is the earliest that it's happened. Michaels, can you just hit my drop, please?
Yeah, I will definitely hit your.
I know I threw you for a loop on that shit. But...
All right. So your AEW over under.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about really anything of AEW programming, but I will simply say this. And because we're talking about Takeshita winning the G1, yes, he did pin Zack Sabre Jr. in the semifinals of the tournament. By the way, if you haven't seen that match, go fucking see it. It's worth your time. Not to mention, you'll see a Takeshita raging fire from the top rope. He dropped Zack right on his fucking head. He dropped him right on his fucking head. Yeah. And yeah, not Grizzly, but it's holy shit. Anyway, the over-under for this week. Unfortunately, AEW, I love the promotion since day one. We all know that, but there's one glaring issue with the promotion. Well, depending on who you ask, there may be more. But one glaring thing, and that is that the promoter for AEW doesn't really promote. I don't get it either. So over-under for this week, yes, under 1.5 mentions that Konosuke Takeshita won the G1 Climax tournament this week on AEW Dynamite, meaning he ain't going to Excalibur, video packages, whatever. It's not going to be mentioned more than one time. They'll mention it probably when they're going to break once, and that's putting it optimistically. They might not even mention it at all because they never talked about him really being in the tournament except in throwaway phrases here or there. We never got an update on how he was doing throughout the tournament. I don't believe that they're going to give it the praise, honestly, that it should get.
Interesting.
Under 1.5.
I'm going to disagree on that one because here's why. There's been kind of a hiatus for him on main programming, as far as I can tell. I'm watching he's not the main guy. They're not showing him. They're focused on Kyle Fletcher. So this is their way to bring him back in. Don Callis run around and go, the Alpha did it again, blah, blah, blah. And they can freshly bring him back into the fold. So this would be the way to do it. If you wanted an excuse to have him show up and have Don Callis have something to brag about because he's still part of the Callis family. This would be a free way for Callis to run his mouth.
Well, speaking of Callis associates, Chris Jericho returning to WWE is reportedly being talked about backstage. Quote from the Wrestler Observer Radio: Jericho is actually a really big story. His contract is up at the end of the year, or late in the year. And there's certainly been lots and lots of talk about WWE. I know from a WWE standpoint that there is lots of talk. You just said that, Dave. You just fucking said that about Jericho. People speculating Royal Rumble. Nobody has officially said anything, nor will anyone officially say anything. Therefore, Dave, you're feeding us bullshit again. There's a big story to watch at the end of the year, but yeah, there's been a lot of talk I've heard in the last week from many different people about the situation with Jericho and the belief that he's inevitably going to be in the WWE.
This is written by AI. This was clearly written by AI, and he just slapped his name on it. I guarantee you, when you see sentences repeating,
no, that's Dave.
That's
Dave.
Yeah, that's Dave.
That's Dave. I wonder who was the main contributor to that source. Maybe Chris I from Winnipeg.
No, New Jersey.
Oh,
well,
New Jersey.
Here's the thing. And this has been something for since the end of last year. You know what I'm saying? Like all of a sudden,
he's not gonna like fight. He's gonna be a trainer on LFG or some shit. They're gonna be like, "Oh, you want to do what? Get
honestly,
the fuck out of here!
Bring him in. Let him have his surprise Royal Rumble spot. Let him have one final run in 2026, and then he can, retire, get that Hall of Fame ring that realistically he deserves.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely deserves it. Let him get his flowers and his day in the sun one final time with WWE in 2026.
Or
it makes sense.
Let him do the one thing he's actually good at, which is running his mouth. He's not the most sound technical commentator, but he is an entertaining commentator.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You could throw him on NXT. You could throw him on some of these impromptu shows in other countries. He is good. He could do that.
Yeah, but you also have to understand if Chris is motivated, he will be in top form.
Yep.
That's the thing. The thing is that
how much do you want to bet that he's using this time away to get himself in WWE shape? Realistically.
I can't say too much because I know too little.
Right.
But the honest answer is that whatever Chris wants to do is going to stay under wraps. This story in itself is bogus in the sense that when you have to say that I've talked to many, many people, that's when you know he's full of shit.
Yeah.
Because that's trying to, skew it as if, no, this is legit. I'm not just getting it from a source. I'm getting it from many, many people backstage. But Chris is not going to be letting many, many people know. Yeah. That's the thing that red flags this. And I can tell you right now, that's why it's like, yes, of course, there's a consideration of WWE. Why wouldn't there be, right? But the honest truth is to say that there's this buzz backstage is just Dave trying to.
What'll be amazing is when he shows up on Genesis or some shit.
He's starting to pop.
He shows up in a TNA pay-per-view.
Yeah. There we go. All right, so AEW adds time to wrestlers' contract against their request. This is something that's starting to come up, and one of the things is, I love this guy put Danhausen stuck in Guantanamo Bay too. Guantanamo Bay, and of course Danhausen's AEW deal was extended due to injury time. Danhausen preferred it to just expire if AEW had nothing for him creatively to do. And of course, this photo file right here of a man loving his toys. Okay, so Danhausen realistically makes no dent in WWE, right? He goes there and he makes money. Okay, that's cool. Merchandise. We're talking puppets right now, right? The
Does
Danhausen
he own the
puppet.
name Danhausen? I mean, I'm
Oh,
assuming
yes.
he
Absolutely.
does.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. This is his own gimmick. He's in his, I think, early 30s. You know what? It's time to make money.
Yep.
Period. And not AEW money because he wasn't making that much there. But merchandising money.
Because he was never on fucking TV.
Yeah, exactly. And whether or
He
not
was Orange Cassidy's sidekick, which
well, there's another guy who
he's a sidekick.
Cassidy is injured, so
No, I know that. But what I'm saying is there's another guy who could benefit because of his age and because of, his abilities. Get one run over there so you can make that shitload of merchandise money. And really, that's all I'm talking about. Merch money, man. Sales of your merch will fucking look at Cross, right?
Would they know what to do with him and maybe in NXT? They might know what to do with Orange Cassidy.
NXT more than likely would be the best destination for Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, because
but with him being where he is, I don't think that he'll make that jump.
No. But again, the whole idea again is not about what did they do with them, booking, blah blah blah. Who fucking cares? It's about making goddamn money before you're 45. That's it. That's all I'm talking about. This is why you go to the WWE, to make as much fucking money as you possibly can for guys who are already viable products and have been for a long while, right? That's all.
Provided they give him a good contract, because otherwise he's going to spend half that money just traveling.
No, not really. It's different now. You got to remember, they don't do house shows anymore. They get a plane ticket now to go to fucking Raw, go to SmackDown, go to NXT, and that's it. I mean, they're set. The only thing you're paying for is your car rental and your hotel room. That's it. So it's different, dude. It's way different. And again, Tony Khan gives great money over there. Take it if you get it. But the problem is that you don't get worldwide brand exposure to the extent that WWE has, right? However, Ace Austin is now all elite. Now, this is where I go. Good for you. This is a smart move. Why? Because you take the fucking guaranteed contract at his age, get on TV, work a little bit, and eventually when that contract's up, then that's when WWE will sign you. Ace has improved so much in the last 5 years that this only benefits him. It keeps him, employed. It keeps him able to keep a house, and it keeps him getting ready for when WWE wants to bring him in. So then again, you capitalize, get the merch money there, and then you do.
How do you like his debut? Did you think it was underwhelming, or was it what it needed to be?
His debut?
Yes, his debut on Collision.
I'm gonna throw money down that Michaels didn't even watch it. So
no, I did. It was Ace.
Oh,
I watched it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was Ace. Again, my problem is
he fought off 3 guys for as long as he could.
Right, and we signed the new guy. Let's have him lose.
That's why I was asking. Are you trying to build him up right away and try to get the audience behind him and underdog him, or did you just want to put, this new little mini faction over? Which doesn't make sense, because you're using it at the expense of a new guy, which half the audience is not going to know who the fuck he is.
I personally, I've always had an issue with debuting somebody new and having them lose in their debut match. That's just me. And that doesn't matter if it's AEW, WWE, any promotion under the sun. If you want people to actually give a shit about this character, you need to give them a showcase match. What needs to happen this week, be it Dynamite or Collision, Ace Austin needs to wrestle a singles match. He needs to win, and he needs to win decisively. I'm not saying a 2-minute match, because no, the fans need to learn his moveset in
And
case
also-
they're not familiar
and also-
with him from any of the other promotions. Give it 6 minutes, 8 minutes. Let him go in there and look great in the match, win decisively, and that will at least go good length to restore some of that goodwill.
The way that Ricochet went out to tank this guy, it almost was like a non sequitur. Like we jumped in the middle of a feud because you had to have Kong and Leona go on. And I'm like, wait, why are these guys so feverishly going after some guy who, for all intents and purposes, they don't know? Yeah,
they know him because they've all worked FSW except for
of
Kong,
course,
so.
but but your garden variety, even your garden variety AEW noob would not know who the hell.
No, it's just a plug for FSW. That's all.
Yeah, basically.
In all honesty, the only people who can lose when they come in are established stars, right?
Yeah.
People that you don't need the rub. So there you go. Okay. Forbidden Door. Here we go.
You say it like it pains you, Michaels.
It does for one reason. How is this card a Forbidden Door?
Let me see. Hold on. Let me put it up again. We'll go from top left. All right, that's all AEW. All AEW. All AEW. All AEW. Top right. Okay, there's one. We got one. All AEW. Looks like all AEW. All AEW. So there's 2 matches out of 8 with 2 people out of 15 that are not in AEW. Otherwise, it's just an AEW thing with 2 other wrestlers from New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Incorrect.
Well, they got Edge and Christian from WWE.
So you've got Gabe Kidd in the first match, as well as you have Tanahashi.
Wait, Gabe Kidd is AEW now. He is.
He is basically talent swapped for Takeshita.
But he is on their show. It's not like we haven't seen him on AEW. That's my problem. This is not a Forbidden Door right now.
This is Zack Sabre Jr. I'm seeing Tanahashi. I'm counting 2. Who else am I missing?
So obviously the women's 4-way, there's going to be somebody from Stardom that's going to be in that match as well. And then Hiromu that you did mention as well. So realistically speaking, there are several matches where you could look at that. And unfortunately, they are treating people like, for instance, they're treating Athena like as if she is strictly Ring of Honor. And that's how they're portraying it. I know. I get it. It's the same fucking company. I get it. But I'm just telling you the thought process. So realistically speaking, it's going to be a pay-per-view that I'm going to eat breakfast and watch because the shit's going to start at 9 a.m. on Sunday morning here.
Also, she's no Naomi. She's not having she got that huge pop in Texas, and then she comes out and does an obnoxious heel gimmick.
Bro, Naomi's been in her pocket. I
mean,
obviously we'll talk about this later.
Yeah, but Athena
we'll talk about this later. But Naomi was doing some of the best work she's done.
But Athena is not doing her best.
They're doing what they can because she's not been exposed to an AEW audience on this scale, and unfortunately, they're not connecting with her at all because she's doing the same shit that she's done in Ring of Honor. But in case nobody's aware, nobody watches Ring of Honor.
Nope.
Nobody watches it.
What is it on YouTube on Thursday night?
No, it's on Honor Club. You have to pay to watch the shit.
Why would I fucking pay?
Yeah. And you just discovered this, Rob. That's the other sad thing.
That's the bad part. Yeah.
No, here's because I had no desire to, because there's no carryover, there's no importance of it. You've got people rotting over there, like Cole Cabana is rotting over there. Jay Lethal is a non-entity. Why the fuck
Rob, do you really think either of those guys would be in WWE or main roster AEW and thrive? Come on. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah,
I'm nostalgic back to the days where these guys were part of a sea of guys going.
Absolutely. But what promotion were they synonymous with?
Ring of Honor.
There it is. That's the reasoning why they're on that brand at this point.
that's because he ain't got no spots from on the main roster because he's got.
They got like a roster of 200 people.
Yeah, and
but don't worry, Scorpio Sky is going to make a third or fourth or fifth comeback.
Well, listen, this guy.
They're at least trying this time.
This guy had a roster spot in Mr. Black, and it looks like Mr. Black is getting a little TV time with R-Truth, who R-Truth seems to be doing a split personality gimmick, which this guy here says I kind of dig. Rob, you've been bitching about R-Truth for, I think, the last 7 years.
Basically.
You're getting both Ron Killings and R-Truth, man.
My thing is this. I like it, want it, but somebody has to succeed out of this. So you either have to have R-Truth solidify himself. This is Ron Killings' person, and we get some really great work out of him, which I know he's got in the tank to do. Or you have to have Malachi Black go over as a heel and really, really, really get dark and deep and be a piece of shit. And the audience now realize that this guy is not only savage in the ring, but he can act. But something has to come out of it. Something has to come out of this. It can't just be filler for 3 weeks or a month, and then both of these guys disappear in the locker room, which happens so often. They both have great ability on the mic and in the ring. Use it. That's my gripe about this guy. The guy wanted to leave, unless it was kayfabe or it was work. The guy wanted to leave. They made a big deal about dragging him back, and then they barely use him. That was my thing with WWE. They do this all the time. You hype up the wrong people, or you hype up the right people, and then don't use them. You know? What did I complain about Jade Cargill? You kept hyping her up, so obviously she's good, because you wouldn't hype her up to the moon if she wasn't ready. Oh, she wasn't ready. Well, then why did you hype her up? You should have left her in NXT, like you said, Matt. All right, you're hyping up this guy. Okay, if you're gonna hype him, use him. Oh, you're not? Oh, he's just there to be comic relief once again, which was the whole thing he said. Yo, you put respect on my name. Okay, cool. I'm behind it. I'm with you. Cool. You've got my attention. All right, we're not doing it. Okay, I've got blue balls because of WWE, okay? I've got 2 swollen blue balls because all the time these guys pump fake us. Legitimately pump fake us. I'm not talking about, oh, we're gonna give you some delayed gratification a couple months down the road when we finally let the guy have his day. Okay? Where's Karrion Kross? Well, sales, t-shirts, hot wife.
Give it time.
I hope.
Don't work yourself into a shoot, brother.
Are you seriously talking about blue balls? Because there's one guy in WWE who obviously does not have blue balls.
Oh my God.
Big Jim ended Naomi's reign as women's world champion at 37 days.
Yeah, don't get me started with that. It is stupid son of a bitch.
Fucking Big Jim.
All right, man.
Best work of her life, and he fucking knocks her up.
Yeah, well,
Jesus.
First off, congratulations, Bloodline. Second of all, this at least
if there was a bloodline, we wouldn't have this problem.
Well, this at least gave us this wonderful quote from WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi on Naomi announcing her pregnancy. Quote, "It's a little irresponsible. Back in my days, guys didn't get pregnant when they had the strap. Times change, I guess."
That can't be a real fucking quote. Like, that's got to be satire.
Oh, I bet he would say that. I bet he would. Because think about it, like Southeast Asia, like Islanders, they don't fuck around. They have no sense of humor when it comes to shit like that.
But the thing is, again, guys in my day didn't get pregnant. Guys don't get pregnant, and that's, I mean, oh my God, what a brilliant quote. No one was, the chicks back then, there were only, a handful, right? So for him to say that, it's just so ridiculous.
No, they had a lot of women when he was wrestling.
There were hardly what there is now. And what he's getting at, of course, is that the women back then, they wouldn't get pregnant because
you got the belt, and I agree with him.
Right.
My thing is, you're in the heart of one of your best gimmicks, something that you've built up towards for a long time, and you're not going to find out you're pregnant like the day of. So this is something that they were working towards, had to be, unless he was just, slipped one in there, I don't know. Accidents happen, whatever. My thing is, shit, this is at the best time. Even her interacting with the management and tell them, get the fuck out, get out of my ring, get your shit out. I'm not giving you shit. I'm like, yes, more of this. I fucking came when she said, I ain't giving you shit. I was like, and it's like, but she cut a good promo. I'm coming back for this. If I have to come back with the kid on my teat, I'm coming back for whoever has my belt. I mean,
you heifers in the back.
Oh, you heifers in the back. I'm like, now, do I like somebody dropping after a month? Absolutely not. Do I like that she's saying she's coming back? Yes. Because there were rumors that she was going to not come back and just, this was it. That would have really pissed me off, because that's a slap in the face to a lot of people. But she'll come back, and she'll come back all hormonal with 2 big flapjack titties. And they'll have to hold them up with a couple of extra sports bras that say proceed with caution on the strap.
Oh, God.
And, it'll be great. And the bloodline keeps on going. Now, if she's God forbid, humans don't have litters, but God forbid she should put out, more than one, then she might have to do some extra squats and some shit, because, unless she wants to do just lots of hip attacks. I don't know. I mean, if her ass gets gigantic, that could be to her advantage if she gets a Nia Jax ass out of this.
So, WWE reportedly has an option to buy TNA Wrestling. What this could mean for the industry. Okay. According to the Wrestling Observer, WWE has an option for a certain length of time to buy TNA. It's not known if the price was worked out as part of the deal. WWE has the right of first refusal to match any other offers for TNA. The idea behind WWE having first refusal to match any offers for TNA is that anyone who buys TNA would do so with the idea of being friendly with WWE, not with the idea of being an enemy. And if they can get a media rights deal, the company goes from money loser to a turnkey profitable company. But if they aren't friendly to WWE, they aren't getting the company. Sean Ross Sapp reported on Fightful Select that TNA sources have claimed higher ups say they're not expecting to move to Wednesday nights. This addresses an idea the company might move off a Thursday night. It was previously reported that they were in talks with A&E and CW as possible new broadcast partners. WWE is said to be part of the discussions due to its working relationship with TNA. This falls in line with WWE and TNA's ongoing relationship. Quote from Carlos Silva: "We want to find a bigger platform. We've got CAA helping us. We're actively in the middle of it. If I could get a few things done, I'd love to tell you. Yes, we are close. We've been working on it since the beginning of the year, really, since I joined. It's really accelerated over the last 60 days. We're working through it." Okay. So here's the thing with this. What's interesting about this is they've got right of refusal, right? The next thing we're going to talk about in a second here is the competitiveness, the WWE scheduling things and blah blah blah. Okay, against AEW. Here's the thing: 2 things. 1, if they go to Wednesday nights, that's not their decision. It's the network they sign with. Okay, so this whole Wednesday night thing is bullshit until they sign with the network that says this is your time slot. There we go. Number 2, if this company is for sale and WWE can make first right of refusal, then if you truly feel threatened by WWE, Tony Khan, why are you not making a ridiculous bid to buy TNA? Serious, right? No one is bringing that up.
Again,
Why
you
the
said
company?
it, right of refusal. There's no point in him submitting any
No.
kind of offer.
There is, right? Because come up with a number that is so fucking ridiculous that the WWE is like, you know what? We're not going to match that. Go ahead. Fucking take it. Who cares?
It's not worth it in their view.
He can barely run what operations he has.
Yeah, no shit.
And he's going to take something that's working well without him, slap his name on it, and he will cannibalize that roster. You know, Nick Nemeth will show up on Wednesday nights. The other people will go to Thursday, and it'll be Ring of Honor 2.0.
Right, but you know, with everyone complaining about how WWE is going to take and ruin TNA, you just said it. You just made the point, and that is, if the other company buys it, it gets ruined.
I think it gets ruined on both ends.
With either side.
It gets ruined on both ends.
If WWE buys TNA, it is abysmal for the professional wrestling industry.
Absolutely not, because it's a business. You're seeing what's going on in AAA.
Yeah, but half of AAA and most of Forbidden Door was the company hosting it, not the wrestlers that were there. They make now AAA did get great props, or the audience did give good props to the WWE wrestlers. However, I would have liked to have seen more of their own local people get pops instead of going to, here's Gecko, here's all the funny looking people. Oh, Aerostar, yeah, he got thrown out. Aerostar's fucking an amazing luchador. And he got thrown out by Almost. Almost, what the fuck is Almost doing there? Is that am I
doing Almost things, bro? He is a special attraction. He needs to be used as such. Like his usage on that show, I have zero issue with. I agree with everything that you're saying until you mentioned that.
No, but I'm hoping that La Parka is gonna, keep freaking missile drop kicking him until that son of a bitch finally goes down. I get it, but now again, this is like continuity. Are we going to now go to Monday and see Almost? No. Are we going to go to Friday Night SmackDown and see Almost? Is he going to get a mouthpiece? Is he going to get a title run?
Vikingo. We're going to see Vikingo.
Now, and here's the one thing, and this is a side note off topic. I don't follow AAA as much. He clearly was booed the hell out of that building.
Yep.
They did not like him, and that guy is a savage in the ring. So what's going on with his storyline or
So the AAA mega champion was Alberto El Patron. And obviously TKO purchased AAA. The very first move that was done was to put the mega title on Vikingo and take it off of Alberto, when quite frankly, he is getting the best reaction of anybody. If you watch that AAA show, you know that they were cheering and chanting for Alberto from the beginning of the show onward. So that is something that has to be
addressed
at the forefront of being addressed in some way, shape, or form. And it's very interesting that of all people, that Triple H is overseeing. He's the head of creative, and he's the guy that had a very public spat and an ongoing legit feud with Alberto. And that is one of the major reasons why he's not with the company.
Now behind the scenes, is it plausible that Alberto El Patron, because he has an ego too, goes,
oh yeah,
fuck you guys. You don't want me to be your champ? Fine. I'll bring all of my fans with me. I'll go to GCW. I'll go to the English promotions. I'll ruin you guys and blah, blah, blah.
Sure, but I don't think it's going to come to that.
And I don't think it's going to come to that. He's still under contract.
No, I get that. But the WWE has always let people rot on the vine.
Oh.
They did it with EC3. They let him rot on the vine.
Promotions as a whole, the entire pro wrestling landscape, unfortunately, everyone's guilty of that.
Yeah. And my thing with him is if he's that over with the people, and now you've already tarnished, El Hijo de Vikingo now. Vikingo was over as far as I knew prior to this. So now you've taken a really good guy and you let him get tarnished.
But he's a heel.
Bro, this is temporary.
No, but that's why I was asking, was he a heel? Or were they playing him as
No, he was a baby. They're wanting him to be cheered, and it's John Cena 2.0 in a different market. That's exactly. Yeah, it is what it is, but it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out because
he did not come out and his entrance was not that of a heel. So when you're saying, Matt, he was a heel, I did not see that at all. He came out there like he was expecting to get praise. Everyone was hugging him as the camera was rolling from the garage all the way to the ring. All the guys, and every time
they really want him to be a babyface.
And it's not going to happen now if you fuck over the guy who had it and was loved. But you know what? They could go fuck their mothers, as Conan said. That was the best thing ever. And then the look on Rey Mysterio's face where he was like, thank you. And he just told this guy to go fuck his mother. That was the best, because his fucking acceptance speech, that was long. That was like a 10-minute goddamn speech he gave. And when the guys start mouthing off, they go, hey, chinga tu madre. I'm like,
yep.
And they had the translator, and the translator went, and at one point the translator goes, excuse me, I'm talking here. Did you hear that? The translator says that because they're probably trying to get him to edit out certain things. And the guy goes, no, I'm talking. That was what I'm talking about when it comes to these promotions. And get back to the point of TNA, and go back like things like Lucha Underground. Go watch a lot of the women who wrestled Penta and really did a good job. Chelsea Green, I forgot her name. She had a Spanish name in Lucha Underground when she's fighting Penta. Now I'm watching the mixed tag match, and the woman gets accidentally tagged, and like, oh no, wait. Fucking let him go at it. Let him throw a few punches. Let him throw a move or two. This is what makes TNA great, is they would have just fought. They would have sold the moves. I would have been entertained, and I wouldn't have looked at the women as some fragile little porcelain doll. If they can do it. I watched that match with Chelsea Green. There was another one with Asuka. If I'm not mistaken, it was either Asuka. No, it was Kairi Sane versus Penta. And it was incredible. She took bump after bump after bump after fucking finisher after finisher. And she kept getting back up. Even if something is a work, you still have to physically endure that shit. They took more bumps than fucking, what's her name? Rhea Ripley did fighting somebody from Alpha Academy, she was like, oh my God. She did one suplex and she was spent.
Lucha Underground was fucking fantastic, dude.
Right. And they had great. So here's my thing. If you take that WWE mindset and graft it onto TNA, that's what I don't want. And if you take TNA and graft it onto the AEW mindset where we're going to shelf people because we just want it because it's a toy, that's bad. That's what the two different bads that we have there. It's either we're going to whitewash everything or we're going to just let people collect dust.
Yeah, you're already seeing what it is. They're already doing it. They're already showing you what this is if they acquire it. That's all. It's another product that allows people to develop. That's all TNA is.
No, but TNA as a promotion is distinct from the other ones. They have been and they continue to be a distinct promotion.
They are not. They are not. They are the most.
They've lost that.
But they've always been the most WCW-esque company. If you look at their production, if you look at the Jarretts fucking ran it. They started it.
Yeah.
The Jarretts, go back to.
Well, let me ask you a question. The match that we saw with Sami Callihan in April, and granted they want to dial that back a bit. Would you have ever seen a match like that in anything WWE? No, You're not going to see a guy get his tongue stapled to a door. Now, was that over the top gory? Is that why we liked it? You fuck yeah. I also like seeing women with huge boobs and nice asses wrestling too. I like violence. Wow. Go figure. But it did the job it needed to do. It crosses that line to it's semi-pro and indie at the same time. Yes, it allows people to develop, but I don't want it to just be WWE light or NXT light. That's my only criticism there. They would be better to be on their own, where they have the flexibility as a company to bridge.
Again, the problem is that you don't live in a world where there are independently owned wrestling companies unless you have a billionaire backing it.
They have somebody
This
backing it.
corporate. No,
Yes,
it's
do they
all
not?
fucking corporate.
Okay.
And the whole idea of this is that if you build a product, you fucking sell it.
I'm not
the highest
refuting that.
bidder to fucking get rid of it, and then eventually TKO is going to sell this shit at some point. You know, that's what this is. This is corporate America, and it's backed by one person.
How long?
He runs this country.
Is kind of new, but this is a new kind of concept when you think about it. What you're saying is kind of new because McMahon held that for decades. He bought the other promotion so he can do it and hold it, not just upsell it. He wanted to guide it. That's a bit different from what you're talking about right now. What you're talking about now is raise the value, sell it, raise the value, sell it, raise the value, sell it. McMahon was raise the value, hold it, raise the value, hold it, raise the value, hold it. That's exactly what Scott D'Amore wanted to do when he saw where TNA was going. Went, whoa, how much money do I have to get to give you guys so I can hold on to this and continue the momentum that I have built versus just flipping it off to other guys, and maybe it'll be good, maybe it won't, maybe it will look like something that you want to watch, maybe it falls by the wayside. That what you're saying is actually not, in a business sense, it's not wrong, but in a wrestling sense, it's backwards from where we've been for the last 3-4 decades.
But that's the whole thing. It's not where it was 3 to 4 decades ago. Tony Khan fucked up. His whole thing was, hey, we're going against Vince McMahon. I'm not going to be Vince. We're going to be this, blah, blah, blah. And now he's seeing the pressures of the reality of what it is now. And that is, it's business. This is a fucking corporation business now. And that's what wrestling is. It's not mom and pop anymore. The mom and pops are the people who own the independents.
That's fine. I get that. But I am a consumer. Like anything else, okay? If you want me to watch your programming, okay, I'll give you a sci-fi example. J.J. Abrams remade Star Trek. Half the people liked it. Half the people vehemently hate it. When you go to watch the Star Trek stuff being telecast on TNT or any of these other things, it ain't those fucking movies because nobody wants to fucking watch it because you didn't stick with the recipe. You have an audience. Your audience wants this product. Now, if you want to make an NXT East, you can do that and you will make some money, but then eventually it will go by the way of Ring of Honor, where you're like, hey, are the Ring of Honor hardcore
but
people?
It won't because of the fact that it's a different product. They will treat it as a different product.
Okay, so now, all right, that's fine, but now it's not. It's TNA in name only. That's the point. Do I want?
Yeah, no shit. That is the point. That is the point.
All right, but now you're gonna. This is just rinse and repeat. Now someone's gonna come up again and make a product with hardcore wrestling, intergender matches, where it's entertaining. It will grow. And then you're telling me that inevitably wrestling is only exists to be a whitewashed, homogenized version of a WWE product, that all wrestling is going to pyramid to that.
No,
is that what you're telling me?
I'm telling you that if you live in America right now,
yes,
that is what this country is.
Right.
That's all you're seeing. Look at GCW. If you want to go watch your hardcore shit, watch fucking GCW. That's your option.
I have it on Thursday night. I have good matching programming on Thursday night with a company that is riding the line. Right now, they're riding the line, in my opinion, very well. They've got a great partnership with WWE. There's a mix of matches, and they still have the nature and feel of what TNA has been and developed into over the years. That does not necessarily have to change. So if they want that, it's almost like saying, hey, I want an agreement. I want an agreement that, hey, you're not going to completely fucking whitewash us and make this WWE C team like the Yankee Liberties out in Long Island. I want this to be a fucking genuine product that both represents the quality and the production value of a WWE program with the style that is a TNA promotion. That's not too much to ask for, because if you're not going to do that, then why bother? Take the thing, scoop up the wrestlers, disband the whole thing, and just make NXT bigger, make NXT do more hours.
Because Rob, that's the thing. Again, you're missing the whole point.
No, I get you're talking about business in a general sense, and you could say that till your head explodes. It ain't going nowhere. You've said it. Business, big. Yes, I get it. Money. Yes, wonderful.
And you have not once gone. You're right. There are other options.
No, because the whole point was, this is what Scott D'Amore was, if I'm speaking for the guy, was about.
Scott D'Amore went.
I know.
Fucking promotion because of this.
But he was not wrong. He's going, wait a minute, can't we not have both, where I get the quality and you're saying, no, in America, you can't have that. It invariably has to become the same shitty thing as everything else, because that's the way business works.
Whoever has the most money is going to be
and
the winner.
And what did Tony Khan do? We criticize him for this, but what did he do? He goes, I have the money. This is the program I want. This is what the fuck I'm going to make.
And guess what? And he got a fucking television deal because of that.
Okay, but
these guys need CAA to get in there and fucking pitch this, because they need an association with the big dog to get a TV deal. That's the problem.
They don't have so you're saying the TV deal that they have is not good enough. Is that what I just want to get on the same page as you?
Because the TV deal they have is their own company. Access, the TV channel they're on, the only reason they're on it is because they own it. That's it.
Okay.
For them to get a TV deal outside of Access, which they've been on now for years, it's going to take that extra fucking association with WWE, because the problem with networks today is that they have no imagination, no faith, no nothing. All they know is, we're going with these guys because they can bring us X. It's all about money. It's not about, oh my God, the product is great. Oh, these wrestlers are doing good.
Sometimes
we always
I've given you examples. I've given you examples where sometimes it's not just about the money. I have to like what I'm watching, or I'm not going to fucking watch it. So yes, you could have the nicest cameras and the greatest network, and if the product's shit and it looks like everything else, I'm out. Other promotions. Rob, hey, WCW's gone. WCW was gone. They had Ted Turner money.
Right.
They're gone.
No. Wait. WCW did not have Ted Turner money, because the reason that they were out is because the Turner Network pulled the television deal. Bischoff couldn't take it over. They couldn't buy it because there was no TV deal. That's why they don't exist.
Wait a minute. If everything is business, was WCW, let me ask you a question, and then you can enlighten me. Was WCW not a profitable entity?
It was at that point not a profitable entity, to the extent of the executives at Turner did not want it anymore. The only reason it was ever on TBS is because Ted Turner was like, I love wrestling. I want wrestling. Ted Turner sold TBS, and that's when WCW got vulnerable, because the TBS executives who now ran the station, not Ted, were like, we don't want this. It's not a money maker. It loses money because of the production value. And that's what happened to WCW. Read the Monday Night Nitro book. It's a fascinating book. Great book. It's very good. But that's what this is all. You brought up your taste, right? And before you were saying Lucha Underground. It's a great example. Lucha Underground was a fucking phenomenal show, but it had no backing. It had nothing behind it that could keep it on TV for a long period of time.
But now, so what you're telling me is what I've been saying all along. So you have two choices. You either have really good entertaining programming, or you have cookie cutter, but there's money behind cookie cutter. So cookie cutter lives.
Isn't that what all TV is?
Not all of it. Not all of it. Think about the way. Wait a minute. Think about
buddy.
No, it's not. And I'll tell you why it's not. Because
why is it not?
Very simple. It's very simple. It's not because what did we have years ago? We had a scenario by which we bought cable or local, and we got what was on that package deal. Now everything's a la carte. Everything that you watch, every cartoon, every sporting thing, it's all a la fucking carte. I just want to watch the Yankees. I could get an MLB package. I just want to watch Jujutsu Kaisen. I could get Crunchyroll. Everything that I do is individually purchased for my tastes. Now, if you're going to make every single fucking promotion with any type of backing, another WWE-esque thing, eventually, in the very recent near future, this will be, people are going to go, whoa, wait a minute. No, because right now I'm paying for WWE on Peacock. I'm paying for it on Netflix. And then they're going to talk about putting it on ESPN soon, correct? So now we're getting back to, I control the remote, not you. And if you're not going to give me the type of programming I like, then I'm not going to watch it anyway. So yes, it'll be there, and they'll fall off.
But there's also Burger King, and there's also Wendy's. There's also Jack in the Box.
That's my point. Yes.
Thank
you for agreeing with me.
But you might not like McDonald's. The point is that it's not going away. They could charge $20 for a hamburger. People are still going to buy the fucking burger.
Wait a minute.
McDonald's.
There were people.
That's what WWE is.
Wait a minute. Burger King is still around and Burger King's not as big as McDonald's. It's not.
No, and they're a Canadian company now.
Burger King is probably not going anywhere because they decided that there's value in what they have. They will still exist. They will still exist, yes?
Because someone purchased that.
All right. So somebody, again, that's my point, but that's my point. My point was that somebody had WCW, did not understand what they had, did not want to invest in it any further, did not see the value, and let it die. They let it die. They let that happen. It wasn't some monster disaster. Wait.
But again, it's not that they let it die.
You said that. Those are your words.
No. The company was to be sold to Eric Bischoff. But the way it works is without a television deal, you could not, the company has no value. That's why I've said from day one, if AEW loses the television deal, their value of a company goes down to almost zero.
No, I'm not. Now
that's the thing. Now TNA has no value now outside of what the WWE is bringing to it. That's why they can sell years.
It's 20 years post WCW, and here we are with AEW on those networks. Agreed? I just want to make sure we have our facts lined up. And they're going, we've got a 5-year contract. So somebody went, we may have fucked up back then. And we're in charge now. We're a new generation, and we're going to give these guys our backing because we want something else to exist out there.
No, they don't want something else to exist out there. The live entertainment brings in commercial sponsorships more so, and the eyes more so. That's why they did it.
I set you up for this because I asked you about WCW, and you said back then they didn't get it. They didn't want to be behind it. They didn't want to give it. I let you say that. I let you trip on your shoelaces on that one. I set you up for that because
there's no setup.
You're the one who said, wait a minute, you cannot have the argument both ways to say that one company, well, we just don't see the value in it. It's not financially viable anymore. We don't want to continue on a TV deal. Now, 20 years later, they go, but here's a new network.
It's not the same fucking company, you idiot.
I know that. I'm aware of that.
It's 20 years fucking later.
But did I not, Steve, hold on. Do I have to rewind this? Like, do I need a court stenographer to say, I acknowledge that 2 minutes ago, where I said, yes, 20 years later now, they are putting their energy behind a company. They're backing this company where they didn't do it with WCW in the year 2000. Now there is a main competitor, not as big, to the WWE brand, and you have TNA, which is this kind of little moon floating around there, where it's a unique promotion. And yes, we want them to succeed. Yes, we want them to grow. However, and I will not die on this hill, I've got 2 machine guns pointed at you, and you've got a slingshot. I'm telling you that if you take this and you make it another NXT piece of shit show, I shouldn't say that. NXT is not a piece of shit show. But if you make it another NXT, you are turning it into that. You need to find that balance of keeping the quality of their and the uniqueness of their programming while still allowing it to grow. There is nothing wrong. Hold on. Pause. There is not a goddamn thing wrong with that.
Monster behind it, it doesn't exist much
And if you don't maintain their quality, it doesn't exist. This is like
no, that's where you're wrong.
I'm not
the quality could be the worst
Wait a minute.
fucking burger on the planet.
It does matter.
Branded.
If you go to when they try this, hold on,
matters more than the product.
It's not that you're wrong, and I'm going to explain to you why you're wrong. If you go to any convention for Star Trek, for example, and you go there, who do you not see? Because it's
all the same.
It's an analogy. It's the same analogy. See, no, it's not. CBS put their money, CBS Paramount put their energy behind J.J. Abrams. He made 3 farts of a movie. Now, when you go to officially licensed conventions, you don't see them there. Why? Because they get booed the fuck out the building. They're not getting residuals. They're not getting people watching their stuff. They're not getting the syndication they thought. They're not getting a television deal off it. They thought that this was going to be
fucking nerds at a convention you're worried about.
Wrestling is nerdom too. We are nerds. The 3 of us are wrestling nerds.
Nerds don't give a shit. As long as Joe Hendry is showing up on that show, they'll watch it.
What makes Joe Hendry good? The fact that he is quirky, bizarre, sings his own songs. If you put him in the WWE universe, you would have him show up, get his ass kicked every week, not be Joe Hendry. He came
out of a goddamn refrigerator on NXT. So don't give me this bullshit about.
Hey man, someone had to say his name first, all right?
And I'll appear. No, what I am saying is, when you get too far off from the recipes that work, what are we complaining about? What if Steve complained about? What have I complained about? What have you complained about? Why do you have Ring of Honor if it's not going to be Ring of Honor? Why do you have this show that had great provenance? You bought it and you let it rock.
Ring of Honor, it's not about the recipe. It's about this thing I've been saying. It's not on a fucking television network, so people don't know it exists. The only people who watch it are the 100,000 people in that fucking arena.
Right. And
who
again,
go, oh yeah, Ring of Honor. I'll watch it. I'll put some more hours.
Hold on. You're not understanding that you are agreeing with me. You don't know that yet, but you are agreeing with me. Because the whole point of that is you can decide anytime, Puppet Master, what you want to do. You're Tony Khan. You got the Khan family money. You got Shad's money, his money, Coke money, whatever the fuck money he's got going on. He could say tomorrow, you know what? Why don't we make Ring of Honor Collision? We'll call it Ring of Honor Collision. And that will be the Ring of Honor show. And then we can focus on Dynamite being back what it was 5 years ago, when Dynamite was its own entity, and there'll be some crossover. But
now you have 200 wrestlers, as you said before earlier on, who are all on Dynamite because you have a Ring of Honor roster on Saturday nights on Collision.
Or you could have made that Friday Night Rampage. Or you could have made a Collision Rampage.
And 200 on Dynamite.
You have the opportunity at all time to decide what you want to do with these programs that you bought. You bought the likeness, you bought the name, you bought the history, you bought all of it. So use it.
What happened to Rampage? It got canceled because the ratings could not sustain what they needed for the money coming in from the
And
this is
and
why
I will
keep
argue,
saying
and this
this
is why I will
it.
argue that they didn't do the right things the right way, and we could agree on that they booched that. But at that point, when he would just started, there was no Ring of Honor yet. That early on, AEW worked because it was consolidated, and then it grew. So you bought a bunch of stuff, and now you don't manage it properly. You keep proving my point over and over and over again. Thank you.
Steve, you're still on the show. Steve, do something.
No, you guys are having fun. You guys are having fun. I'm literally just enthralled with this back and forth.
I want TNA. Okay, what are you gonna do with it? Fuck it. I bought Ring of Honor. What are you gonna do with it? Fuck it. But all right, but wait, I give TNA.
I never said fuck it with TNA. I'm saying if they buy TNA, TNA becomes a fucking viable product. Finally,
all I said was one thing, and it melted you down like it's Trump with the Epstein files. I said, hey, if you're gonna do it, make sure it still looks, feels, smells, tastes like TNA. If a woman is fighting a guy in the ring, I don't want to see some shit where she runs with her hands in the air and crying scared. No, they don't wrestle like that. It's a different style of wrestling. If they get in there and they get hardcore, I want to see it. If there's blood on there, I want to see the fucking blood.
You don't watch NXT, and yet you're claiming that they're going to make it like this when I just told you you're fucking precious. Oh, what makes them quirky? They had them do on NXT. But the fact of the matter is that you don't watch a product and you're just assuming that they're going to make the other product like that product.
They're not going to.
It's just about money in the brand.
Why do you even buy it then? If you're not going to use it, why bother? Yes, you're a dumbass.
You're a dumbass. Change your mind.
Hey, the bald guy is still the bald guy. You're a dumbass.
TNA is opening to shifting to Wednesday nights to go head with AEW Dynamite. So this is another thing. Again, like I said, WWE apparently wants to make sure AEW doesn't get another TV deal, and that TNA becomes the second biggest company. This is what they really want. TNA become the other promotion because they can control TNA. It's a major full court press. They just want Tony Khan out of the box, and they know if the numbers stay good, he's going to get a renewal at a much bigger number, just like they did. He's already very profitable. The number will make him incredibly profitable, and they'll never get away from him or anything like that. So feel that need to make sure that this is the last contract. This comes from, I don't know, the Observer. Could you tell by the fucking talking in circles that this guy's doing? Brian Alvarez, this is an interesting, shared his take on WWE's counter program against AEW, emphasizing the motivation behind it. Quote, I was messaging somebody today. They're in with WWE, and they also don't believe this is being done to hurt AEW's business. They believe it's done strictly because WWE is petty and they want to screw with Tony Khan, and that's it. Alvarez agreed with the assessment, adding, I believe that as well. Maybe there are people there that are actually think that you're taking business away from AEW, but I don't buy it one bit. I think it truly, they're just being petty. That's just them trying to mess with Tony. Pointing out that fans making choice between events probably won't be swayed, saying, do I really think that anybody is not buying World's End because they're going to watch John Cena's final match for free? No. If you want to buy World's End, you're going to buy it. Alvarez concluded with a blunt assessment of the strategy. Are they doing it just to be irritating? Yes, so that's why. So that's the story. And then WWE is reportedly planning Brock Lesnar versus John Cena against AEW All Out 2025. That's what's being reported again by Meltzer and the boys. And again, anyway, that could hurt them, of course. Now, Dave thinks it could hurt them. If you really want to watch both, you can. But it's also like 7 hours of wrestling in a single day. I think he's just talking about the AEW pay-per-view, which is way too much. AEW would probably start, well, who knows, earlier. The times will be interesting. And if there's going to be some jockeying there, but at the end of the day, what's the worst case scenario? They cost them 25,000 buys, maybe more. But okay, at 25,000 buys, you're costing them about $750,000. That's significant money, but guess what? They're making 180 million in TV this year. How much are you really hurting? Oh my God. And it's a circle at that. It can change, but the main event of the show is Brock Lesnar and Cena. It's a big one, which is why Brock's not in Paris because of this. They wanted him for this show, not the Paris show. And that's where Logan Paul got the gig. And finally, Cena said, I've always just been kind of reliable and showing up and doing whatever I'm asked. I really want this tour to be not only special, I want it to be special for the business. My goal has always been leave WWE better than I found it. So whatever they deem appropriate to get that energy, man, I'm cool with that. So what's funny here is that in the end, the real answer is AEW fans are a small number, right? Anywhere between 500,000 to 1 million, right? So we'll say that's what the number is. Honestly, you are going to be buying that pay-per-view if you're already buying the pay-per-view. It's not swaying anyone to not watch that pay-per-view. And the fact of the matter is that Cena Lesnar match is going to be available on Peacock.
No.
Or whatever the fuck. Yeah,
no.
It's going to be.
No, it's not going to be on Peacock. It's going to be on fucking ESPN.
Oh, ESPN, right.
It's going to be on fucking legit ESPN, which the craziest part about it, okay, keep in mind what date that is, okay? That is September the 20th is the date, okay? The date of that show.
Never forget.
What seems to be going on during that time of the year, every year on Saturdays? It is literally going to be going head-to-head against college football. And my question is ESPN going to preempt whatever college football game that they have in the primetime time slot to air a WWE, I can't even call it a PLE, maybe just an LE.
Well, think about it though. So usually we're still talking September.
Right.
So they probably are going to, but they'll probably, the college football game would probably be Nebraska versus, Idaho State College, down the street prep school.
Right. No, I get you.
Because then you'll also remember the one thing that ESPN's trying to do is get light on the fact that I think they're launching August 26th or something, this thing that WWE will be on next year. So really what they're trying to do is bring a light on that. Now, if you want to say that they're trying to take eyes away from AEW, then here's the thing. Again, that's not WWE saying you have to put us on. It's ESPN going, what is the best for our new platform to get as many subscribers as possible? Let's use this. So it's the coalition of having a network that has this much reach and power that it becomes something that they want.
I think that we are completely absolving TKO of this. I can definitely respect what you said, Matt. And in a lot of cases, that is going to be the case where the network is the main driving force of what programming gets put out there. Dude, keep in mind, we're talking about WWE TKO. Okay. TKO is they're a completely different animal. We've literally been on the air for an hour and a half, essentially talking about and contrasting the differences from TKO owned programming to every other type of programming on the planet. Okay. Right. Here's my thing. If we don't even give credence to the fact that they know and they've shown past track record of going after other promotions, you can say whatever you will about them, seeing them as a quote unquote threat or competition or whatever. I'm not going down that road. We've already been on this show long enough. Okay. But the fact is, we cannot just sit here and allow ourselves to completely abstain and wash the hands of TKO in this and say, oh, well, it's strictly the network. TKO doesn't have anything to do with it, blah, blah, blah. No, Matt, if you genuinely are honest with yourself, you know as well as I do that, yes, WWE has a past track record of being extremely petty when it comes to other promotions. Only recently have they started to play nice with the other kids in the sandbox, which is why more people honestly are going back to watching their programming. Okay. But they have an established track record of being extremely petty to anyone else in their space. So I don't believe that they're, you know, that they should be let off the hook with this. They are absolutely pitching that as a date for their programming to be on ESPN.
I'm confused about something.
It. Yeah.
The way the article was prosed, they said, was this done to damage AEW or be petty?
It's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, it sounds like a semantic by which you're saying the exact same thing.
We're all saying the same shit.
But
it's
but the one thing, and again, the one thing is, again, and Rob said this earlier, right? Said, but it's different now because in the past it was just Vince. It was the WWE. You could say that it was Vince McMahon getting together with Ebersol and, you know, let's go Saturday night and let's do this, blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
This is a whole fucking entity that has an umbrella that their goal, of course, is to sell subscriptions. So it's
absolutely.
Yeah. So
absolutely.
Yes, it's going to be petty. I also will say in the pettiness of it all, back when they started, what did Cody do? Cody decided to destroy a crown.
They sure as shit didn't have a problem with giving him the top prize in their company when he went to go play for them. That's where the duality lies, man. Genuinely, and realistically, I have preached and preached and preached and preached on this fucking show about tribalism and how toxic the internet wrestling community is. And now, finally, after years of us having this debate online of, oh, well, it's just the IWC. Regular wrestling fans are fine. Now, where there's smoke, there's fire, man. And now that it's not just the Cena-Lesnar match, it's the fact that they are counter-programming every promote or every pay-per-view that AEW is doing for the rest of the year. Like,
but the Cena-Lesnar match is different in the sense that they are going to, you know, again, they're trying to sell the subscriptions, right?
Yep, absolutely.
It's
just like how they're going to put the John Cena final match going head-to-head with World's End. Like I understand the business aspect of it, but separating the business aspect of it from just how I feel about the overall situation, I get why they're doing it, but fuck them for doing it. You know, I understand why they're doing it, but fuck them for doing it.
But explain to me at the same time, again, see, this is my problem with Tony. You never tried to grow your product to a bigger audience. So you're not losing that core audience that you're so desperate to get a slap on your cock from about how good your product is, right? So while the WWE is out there doing these massive things and they're the big bad guy, this guy who said he didn't want to be that, we're going to give the young guys, we're going to give the people who don't, we're going to show these different things. We're going to do all this. We're going to do all that. But all of a sudden he wants to take up a pissing contest and get involved now with something that isn't just WWE. You know, as soon as Vince left and as soon as TKO took over, now you're in a pissing contest with a fucking,
because he probably, the ego got to him.
Yeah, of course.
The ego got to him. He's got money. If you're him, if you're him, you're probably confused. You're probably in your own little bubble going, wait a minute. Everything should be perfect now. The guy who was my main competitor is technically gone. The old man is gone. And I still have my father's money, and my product is pretty damn good. And I've got a 5-year contract, and I've got great talent. What is it that I'm missing? What is not working?
Well,
I know what I need to do.
It's the size of his penis.
Well, hey, man,
look at that. It's just,
Tanahashi putting out the details there.
Very small. The penis not very good. And ether. No, look, he's either getting high on his own farts, or yeah, that's about right. He's either getting that's the best way to describe. Oh my God, he looks like Pee Wee Herman there for some reason with hair, more hair. Oh man, I mean, yeah,
it is. I've said it on this show numerous times. The worst thing to ever happen to AEW was Vince McMahon leaving WWE.
Yeah, of course.
Because in light of that, so realistically, this all kind of ties in together. So why did AEW take the approach that they did when they first launched?
They were humble. Simple. They were humble the way they
approached. No. They looked at it like as if they were revolutionaries.
Right.
Okay.
Because WWE was at that point the big bad wolf. Like they had swallowed their competition. There was no real major competition, and no offense to TNA, but you were never competition to WWE. The fact is, they came out guns blazing because, hey, Vince sucks. He's the reason why this business is bad in their view. I'm paraphrasing. And we need to go on the offensive immediately because the product is fledgling. It's not doing well. Ratings for Raw at the time were decreasing very rapidly. And that is a known fact, that the numbers do not lie with that. What happens? Vince McMahon is ousted from WWE and TKO.
Yeah.
Which I honestly, yes, I agree completely. But at the same time, now, what are you a revolutionary to? What machine are you raging against if you really want to go down that route? Because now you are on
that's like that old saying.
On a level playing field from WWE.
If you stay long enough, you're going to live long enough to become the villain.
Absolutely.
Well,
and as a result of that, he became what he hated in Vince McMahon, a Temu version of Vince McMahon.
Well, he doesn't answer to people. He doesn't talk to the crowd. He doesn't talk to the audience.
No, he talks to the crowd.
Yeah,
we got video.
Well, we get the video. Yeah,
he just doesn't give a fuck what they have to say.
No, but
no matter how much he says that he does.
But the one thing he is now subjected to tie this all back together, is the fact that he has to have enough performance out of his product to get what? The TV deal.
Well, he got that though for the time being.
No, he got that now, but he has to make sure he gets the next.
They got to keep it.
They got to keep it, and that's what he's subjected to now.
What's his rating? His audience rating on for Dynamite? About 700,000 a week.
Between 5 and 7.
It has increased.
Yeah, it's a flux
now right around there.
Yeah.
But yeah, they definitely hit rock bottom at what, like 450,000, I think it was the worst episode. And thankfully they've rebounded and gone up. But yeah, the last several months, things have been going in the right direction. But no matter what, the machine that is TKO will not allow them to succeed. Be it counter programming them through their own PLEs, creating new PLEs, or their trusted promotion going head to head with them on Wednesday, which, depending on the source that you hear, is either a true thing or not, as we've seen in the show.
Here's a question, and it might sound stupid, and this one I'll be, once you get rid of John Cena matches and the Brock Lesnar's, and it's back to the regular cast of characters, and you don't have that marquee guy, could you arguably, on the strength of just WWE alone, be able to go, oh yeah, we're going to counter program you, and our lineup is going to be so compelling that you won't want to watch.
But again,
there's no need to play the what if.
But again, that's the whole thing. You're saying succeed, but what is success in the definition?
Not allowing AEW to get their next TV deal. That's the success.
Right. But what I'm saying is, as long as the AEW fan base remains, right? Because we already saw
Yep.
that at a shitty
they got the TV rights deal with the worst ratings that they've done.
Exactly. It's not necessarily about how good the product is. It's about how hot wrestling is. If wrestling stays hot, then they will get a TV deal. They could literally have Takasha take a shitta in the middle of the ring, and they could literally still get a TV deal if wrestling's still hot. If wrestling goes cold, that's when the advertisers get cold feet and they don't want to do it, right? And that's what you don't want to happen. You want them to have a TV deal, of course. And why do you want them to have a TV deal? Because the other company is going to get a bigger TV deal, and then they're going to get a bigger TV. You know what I'm saying? That means that wrestling is
on
hot.
The ratings. Last week's Dynamite on August 13th was 690,000 viewers. And the week prior to that was 711,000.
Yeah, so they're flirting with that range.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're always floating around that area.
And they're afloat between 500,000 and 700,000 easy. They've never really, when they've dropped under, it hasn't been under 400,000, and when they've gone over, it's barely been just over 1 million.
They've had a few weeks at 1 million, but it's not been consistent enough.
So that's the thing. Again, it's what I don't get is, why is there this argument about them being quote unquote put out of business? They're not going to get put out of business.
Now, Collision's ratings suck.
Well, but again, that's the jeopardy. They could lose Collision easily.
286 is 286,000 is.
Yeah. And again, but it's a Saturday night. It's a live television program. So that's that. Okay. Mr. President.
These two people were arguing earlier. One guy was really smart. He was this bald guy with glasses. And then the other guy was a dummy. He doesn't get. I wanted to buy it. If I wanted to buy AEW right now, I would make it AEW. If I want to buy TNA, it's going to be TNA. It's not. It's going to be tits and ass, blood, guts, women fighting men. None of this frou-frou shit. Oh, we got the guy. He popped out of a coffin. Oh, big fucking deal. All right, what do you want, a cookie for doing one thing right? NXT does one thing right. This guy wants a fucking cookie. Oh, they let him come out and sing his song. That means TNA is fine. Excuse me. All right. I was going to buy the Buffalo Bills, and they fucked me out of it. They fucked me out of buying the Buffalo Bills. I was going to make the Bills great, and now I'm the president. Gee, wouldn't it have been better if I just got to buy the Buffalo Bills? Wouldn't it have been better if I made more money than Gwen Stefani? Wouldn't it be better if TNA still has the men wrestling the women instead of just being another fucking NXT West show? Get the fuck out of here, okay? I made billions and billions and billions and billions. See how he's quiet now? I've made billions and billions of dollars, okay? I make companies great. I make countries great, okay? If I tell you that you're going to run this company and you're going to put it on TV and we don't want it to be another little shithole. Remember, they used to do these cage matches where they were walking on the edge of the cage. They don't even do that anymore. They had Matt Riddle fighting and crawling up in a cage and walking on a catwalk. They did all this weird shit. They had it in a studio with 10 people. Now it looks like Family Double Dare. What the fuck are they doing over there in NXT? And it looks like Mark Summers is going to come out there and start calling the matches. Okay, this is terrible. This is horrible. And you want NXT to now make TNA look like that? Get the fuck out of here, okay? Please. Okay, I've done so much. Okay, read The Art of the Deal. Yes, you're going to be on TV. It's not going to be the Pursuit channel. Great. You're not on the Pursuit channel anymore, okay? You're on Axis, okay? The Axis of Evil. We're going to counter program everything everybody else is doing. It's going to be the axis of evil. This is what the little Dems tried to do to me. They tried to take me out by putting all these bullshit lawsuits, okay? Tons of fraudulent lawsuits. They weaponized the Department of Justice. Quite honestly, the Department of Injustice. What they're doing to TNA and AEW is criminal. It's terrible. It's horrible. These are very bad people. They are not good for wrestling. They're not good for freedom. They're not good for liberty. Okay. I made it great again. If I went on to TNA right now, they would make me the Hall of Famer overnight. Okay. It would be me standing next to Kurt Angle, and I don't know who else they have because that's the only people who mattered. But me, Kurt Angle, maybe Samoa Joe, and you know what? They're going to go, you know what, Donald, you're right. Okay. We want to see, what is it? Ash by Elegance. We want to see Ash by Elegance in a cage match with Finn Balor. That would be great. That would bring so many people. That would bring billions and billions of viewers. Okay. Believe it. Okay. Believe it. Thank you.
Only if Ash goes over.
Oh,
Ash is going to go over. She's going to do the squat thrust. It's her new finisher move, okay? Squat by Elegance. Okay, squat by Elegance.
Time to do a social media dump.
We'll be dumping.
Right,
There'll be lots of dumps.
Sami Callihan officially retired after losing to Mike Santana in TNA Emergence. After the match, Callihan hugs Santana and show each other respect, and he leaves his boots in the ring, and the crowd gives him a standing ovation. He then heads backstage, and the whole TNA roster is waiting to thank him in tears as his 20-year career in the business comes to a close. I'm sure he'll still be running his promotion, but hats off to Sami, who is one of the good guys out there. Hey, look at this. Triple H and Steph out on the lake, it looks like, this weekend. But the amazing thing is Triple H out there wearing the same swimming trunks from 20 years ago. That's amazing.
Time to hold the game. Time to hold my games.
It's time for pizza, apparently, with Drew McIntyre. Drew says WWE locker room is you should stand out or sit at home and eat pizza. I said recently, I don't know why it was so controversial. The 85% may be a little off, maybe like 82% of the roster. It's like they shouldn't be WWE superstars. I just mean, I don't just mean that you have to be big and jacked like me. It would just help to look like an athlete. It's like, you're in there, World Wrestling Entertainment, wrestling's still in there, athletic endeavor. At least look like an athlete. Just don't think about it and stand out. Also, get into damn gym. You've got all the free time in the world. You get paid a bunch of money now. Everybody makes money now. You get no freaking excuse. You're just sitting on your couch eating pizza.
Gacy.
Well, speaking of eating, look, AEW, they have a deal with a White Castle. It's featuring the new cheddar bacon cheese slider.
Get the fuck out
of here. Belly Bomber Palace, boys.
Oh, baby. Yeah.
And AEW have announced new collaboration, the All Elite Feast Kit. The limited edition package available for $65 and serves 4 to 5 people. It contains a dynamite meal that'll slam your taste buds into submission. It includes 20 sliders in total, 10 classic cheese sliders and 10 of the new cheddar bacon cheese sliders. The feast also comes with the 7-ounce pouch of pickles and 4 desserts on a stick, including 2 gooey butter cake and 2 strawberry swirl cheesecake. In addition to the food,
Matt. That's insane. 20 sliders is enough for one person. What fucking bullshit is this? $65 and all you did was put crumbles on it? Yep. You fucks. Right out of the mind of Tony Khan. Okay? Now, Tony, I'm going to address you right quick. Not as Trump, as Rob, because, another New Yorker, but still. Are you out of your fucking mind? Now, I know you do a lot of drugs and you have a lot of money, but I don't have $65 to take a slightly modified cheeseburger. Do you know what a sack of 10 costs? $15 goddamn dollars. You know what a sack of 20 costs? $30 goddamn dollars. You're trying to tell me you added pickles? I can go to the dollar store and add one of those Big Mama pickles for $1. I'll get my pickle in. Believe me. And your cheesecake shit, I can go to the fucking grocery outlet and get a fucking good cheesecake for fucking $6. You could take your fucking little cheesecake on and stick and shove that shit up your ass. Where the fuck do you get off charging $65 and all you did was put bacon crumbles on there? Fine. Go buy regular White Castle, go to the dollar store and get some fucking bacon crumbles. There, problem solved. Okay? Where the fuck do you get off?
Rob, you get 2 exclusive pieces of AEW merchandise.
Oh, shit.
What?
There you go.
We don't know. We're not told. It's just that's it. That's
what is it? A fucking AEW tongue depressor that you stick up your ass? Get the fuck out of here! Hey, probably you lick the pop off the fucking cheesecake slice, and it says AEW on the other side of the popsicle. Get the fuck out of here! I was all behind this until I saw $65. There is nothing there that's $65.
The company's website states the kit is available for a limited time while supplies last, and will ship to arrive on or before September 11th.
Whoa, kid. That means I have to heat this shit up myself.
That's right.
Oh, you motherfuckers.
Even better.
It's not a buy in store.
Wait a minute. First of all, to any of you fucks out there who go, oh, you can buy White Castle in the store. It's the same thing. No, it is not the fucking same thing. Cut your fucking balls off so you can't reproduce, you motherfuckers. It is not the same thing. There are 10 White Castles in every city, 5 in a small city, and there's only 2 good White Castles and the rest are shit. If you go to a White Castle and there was a black chick with fucking maroon weave not paying attention to your order, it's going to taste amazing. To quote a guy by the name of Gabe Lopez, ain't biting your shit. But if you go to a White Castle and there's some white kid there and he's fucking doing it by the book, it's going to be disgusting. You want to go in there and there better be Tupac and Biggie playing in the background, flies around there, and no one has cleaned that griddle in decades. That is the mark of a great White Castle. And the fact that you were trying to sell me some White Castle through the mail for $65 fucking dollars, Tony Khan, you did the worst goddamn 8-ball in your fucking life. This whole night I've been defending your punk ass, and this is what you do to me? You fuck up White Castle, you motherfucker. You come over here to Vegas, I'll kick your coke ass. I'll kick the shit out of you for this shit. And I'll shove fucking cheesecake shots right up your ass.
All I got from this whole rant was that Rob said he's going to stick us pickle in a fucking slider. So you're going to fuck a cheeseburger.
Hey, if it's a White Castle at the right price, I'll fuck the shit out of it.
Hey, look, Garbage Pail Kids. The Forbidden Door.
How fucking so good they'll think it was the fucking ratings for fucking Rampage.
Corbin Strickland. The Young Skunks.
Nice.
Buckshot Bobby.
Okay.
John Boxley.
He's an axe. Okay.
Complete with a fucking axe. Yeah.
Will
Ospreay. That's good.
Flim JF. And of course, Sweaty Surfing Joe.
He's got 2 surfboards.
Yeah.
So when someone tells you CM Punk has ego issues, show them this post and say CM Punk is happily working for WWE. He is earning a big sum of money. He can enjoy his free time with his family, but he still took time out from his busy schedule and appeared on his friend Danhausen's YouTube vlog as a surprise guest. Works for Danhausen, of course, works for AEW, a company which CM Punk does not like at all. Still, Punk said yes because Dan is his friend. Respect the Punk.
Oh, nice fragile.
Well, also, they've been doing a sketch where Danhausen is trying to buy the Acolyte Protection Agency to bust the ass of the Ass Boys,
which is great.
And he paid Ron Simmons with an apple and a $10 bill. I need you to bust their asses. Play with their asses.
And then when Ron fucking says what he says to Danhausen after he walks away, and
JBL goes, I thought you were gonna say damn.
Yeah, he just starts laughing his ass off because he thought he was gonna say damn. That was brilliant. Speaking of Punk, look at this. Stephanie and Punk. Look at, Punk's just having a good time, isn't he?
I'd be worried if I'm AJ Lee. She looks like she's a couple of inches taller and she's relevant right now. So I don't know.
Quote, I just beat AJ Styles, who's beaten everybody. So technically, I've beaten everybody. Forget Steiner math. This is dirty Dom math.
That's
awesome.
And speaking of Steiner math, Punk and LA Knight in session with Professor Steiner.
AI gave him a bowl.
40 and 47.
AI, first of all, he looks kind of like Scott Steiner fucked Kevin Owens, and then he looks,
and Robert Roode came out.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what that face is. Like it's a mix of shit.
Oh man. The Miz announced on Rich Eisen's show that he had heard a pop in his knee during a backstage segment on SmackDown, and it ended up being broken when he went for diagnosis. Minutes later, Miz dropped his crutches and said it was all a ruse, like Seth Rollins. He said he does not know what to believe and what is the ruse these days. Miz is such a troll. Tiffany Stratton, new WWE powder puff girl there, and Stone Cold Burt.
Okay.
I got to stop flirting with single moms, bro. I owe like 8 kids tickets to WWE Raw. Hey, so
that's why you show up at nighttime.
Yeah.
Nikki Bella got, I guess, a lot of flack for this picture of her she posed during SummerSlam Fan Fest, and they did a prom picture with this kid and her. And apparently the internet went crazy because they think it looks like he's butt fucking her. And so she had to say, okay, well, I do feel like from now on, there's going to be no prom pose rule after this photo. But I will say he had an incredible story. He asked very politely about doing a prom photo. I've done it a bunch. You guys, I didn't feel anything. It wasn't like, it never felt inappropriate. It didn't feel like what the photo looks like. I don't know, guys, but to me, if that's inappropriate, I don't know what is appropriate. It
Basically
doesn't really look like anything. Hey, this was Mount Rushmore of Cubs greats: Fergie Jenkins, Sammy Sosa, Ryan Sandberg, and Ernie Banks, who seemingly looks like John Cena.
I noticed that too. I'm like, what?
A little bit.
Ernie Banks, definitely not anywhere close to that John Cena looking AI generated thing. Hey, look at Grandma Marty Jannetty.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
What the fuck?
Hey.
Slick. Hell yeah.
And Akeem the Dream. And
awesome.
yeah, it's great to see them. They were at a fan fest. A match that I've always wanted to see. We never got to see Andre the Giant versus Frankenstein. That would have been a dream match. Conrad Thompson talked about Hulk Hogan's funeral. It was held at Indian Rocks Baptist Church in Florida. Heavy security. Inside, Thompson found himself seated with wrestling royalty: Jeff and Karen Jarrett, Matt Riddle, his wife, Dory and Marty Funk, Kevin Nash, Sean Weltman, Kevin Owens, and more. Dennis Rodman was seen weeping near the casket while Brian Knobbs cried in the back. Vince McMahon's arrival felt like a performance, Thompson recalled, followed by Triple H, who lightened the mood before delivering his own tribute. Jim Ross, who did not attend, spoke about Hogan's cause of death, heart attack at 71, and raised awareness about the dangers of untreated sleep apnea, especially for big guys like that. Reflecting on the day, Thompson said, even a star the magnitude of Hulk Hogan, and 2 hours later, it's like, where are we going for dinner? It's weird. You know what really is weird? This little scene filmed from the 80s. Ghost Brothers.
Oh my God. I don't know. To me, that's the most Italian thing possible. When somebody dies, the first thing you think is, which Italian hall did they book? Which one? Did they have the one with the good breadsticks? I don't want to go to the one with the bad breadsticks, okay? My father would not have liked that. I hope they pick a good one with a good antipasto. I'm just saying. Daddy would have liked going to the good restaurant, not the shitty one.
Vince McMahon was angry at Hulk Hogan's appearance on WWE Raw's Netflix debut. Quote, I was angry because we've known each other for a lifetime, professionally and personally, and setting up, so to speak, this larger-than-life superhero. You don't just let him walk out there. He deserves something very, very special. More than anyone, they owe him. It's just like, okay, here comes Hulk Hogan. I got angry because that's not the way I would have done it, and he deserved much more. And that was from the TMZ special.
I agree with
and this is what Vince looked like on the TMZ special.
that.
then he fell into a vat of acid and looked like
Oh, wow. Well, look at
that. This is not wrestling related, but it's good enough to put up here. CBS mixed up Michael Penix Jr.'s name on live television.
Wow.
Michael Penis Jr.
That's awesome.
Going around town recently,
I could have pulled a senior.
I've found some interesting plates out here. This one is Wrestle, WRE5TLE.
Okay.
McMahon on a Porsche,
Okay.
And of course,
Undertaker
on a Kia.
Hell yeah.
And last night,
that's not a very Undertaker car.
No, not at all. Last night we went to the roast of this man at the Cauliflower Alley Club, Mr. Mick Foley, or Mick Folder, the Office hardcore legend. This performance review just got extreme. It was a very interesting comedy roast. Sometimes very painful, sometimes very hilarious. But in the end, surprise speech given by Noelle Foley to her dad, in which Noelle went ahead and for the first time in her life, and this is honest to God truth, afterwards, and when we were talking to her, she said, I've never said the word fuck in front of my dad before. And she did this whole nice speech that finally ended by her saying, and that's why he's Mick fucking Foley. And it was just brilliant. She's going to be doing the induction of Mick tomorrow for the award he's getting at Cauliflower Alley. So again, a great cause. Look them up. All right, before we go here, Rob, what you got going on this week?
That's what I was writing down earlier. I have got 3 shows coming up, 2 in September, 1 at the end of the month. Saturday, the 30th, I will be in Pahrump as part of the Vegas 4 Horsemen of Comedy. It is a Stoner Raw production. Lex Las Vegas will be hosting. I will be one of the features on September 14th with FIF Comedy and Mistress K production. We've got Roastbusters Las Vegas, if I am not mistaken. That one is going to be at the Bonfire. The other one.
Sorry, did you say Ghost Brothers?
Hey, promo time. Saturday Prump's going to be at Vince Neil's West Side Grill Tatuado in Pahrump. The other one's going to, if I'm not mistaken, it should still be at Bonfire in the Fruit Loop District, is what it is. It's what they call that area. So if you're going by the White Castle, by UNLV, it's down that block. And then the Composer's Room, September 25th for Tabloid Tonight with Bill Strange, Brian Shenanigans, and others in our crew. Got some things coming up. There should be a couple more shows too. I'm also supposed to be doing a roast battle against this jabroni named Coda Hawk. Coda Hawk is, well, he's a jobber. He's a comedy jobber. That's the best way to describe him. So do something about that with your bitch ass, Coda Hawk.
Wow.
Hold up. Huh. And that one, if that one goes on as planned, it was supposed to be in Boulder City in a couple of weeks or so at I can't remember that spot, the bar in Boulder City, the only bar in Boulder City. stop. I can't remember the fucking name of that bar now. Hold on. Boulder
the zombie
City Bar, Las Vegas, and that should be Backstop. Backstop. Took me a second. Backstop. So that one's
brewery there too.
That one is to be announced because he's being a little bitch, this kid. And he wants to do it, but then he's like a fucking heel in wrestling. He's making all these rules and stipulations, and he's being a putz about it. And I'll whip his ass. It's just how quickly and where he wants me to whip his ass. So that's all.
Will you stick a pickle in it too?
Please. Elisha's going up that kid's fucking ass. Believe me, he's gonna get destroyed.
All right, Steve. Speaking of getting destroyed, what do you have to say?
Right. I just want to say thank you to everybody for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, doing all the stuff that you guys do. We appreciate each and every one of you. Also, very special thank you to all the brave men and women serving this country, whether you're doing it on lands foreign or domestic. Thank you for doing what you do so that we can do what we love to do. And last but not least, repsports.com, REPPsports.com. Go there for all your pre-workout, weight loss, and general energy needs. Again, repsports.com. Use promo code Vegas at checkout and save yourself 10%.
And now, as we say goodbye, the world premiere of the latest Slow Jam.
Jesus Christ, I've seen this.
Yep.
DJ Impact.
Prepare thine ears.
Yeah.
I can't believe you traded in those fuzzy white slippers.
Oh, Lord.
DJ Impact's raw high cowboy boots, white snake skin pattern on the top of the shoe. I got my hat on, I'ma tie it with a noose, cause I love you to death, girl, you got me on mute. Yeah, these girls do the most, like every time I talk, they don't like what I post. I went down to Texas to perform a couple shows, cause they love the way I move and they love the way I roll. Big pimpin' on a flight to New York. No, I'm not from Texas, but I'm on the dance floor. Do-si-do with a blonde little bang. I just might give her a ring and I just wanna hear her say, DJ Impact's raw high cowboy boots, white snake skin pattern on the top of the shoe. I got my hat on, I'ma tie it with a noose, cause I love you to death, girl, you got me on mute. Cowboy boots, white snake skin pattern on the top of the shoe. I got my hat on, I'ma tie it with a noose, cause I love you to death, girl, you got me on mute. DJ Impact's raw high cowboy boots, white snake skin pattern on the top of the shoe. I got my hat on, I'ma tie it with a noose, cause I love you to death, girl, you got me on mute.
With that, everybody, thank you for hanging out. We'll do it all again next week. Till then, happy wrestling.
Rolling up the strip under neon lights. Podcast mics glowing in the desert nights. Matt and Michael's leading with the swagger tight. Sin City Steve right by your side. Alright, Rob Butcher Larry dropping truths, no fear. Broadcasting stories, make it loud and clear. From the Fremont edges to the Bellagio sphere. These bad boys rule, let me make that clear. Vegas bad boys, tearing up the scene.
To Matt Michaels and the Vegas Boys of Podcasting, this is John Cena saying thank you so much.